Okay, so we're going to look at the head now. So obviously a very important part of the body, but what I would do, because the temptation when you're drawing a head is to focus in on the features, because you know the face is the thing that we really that we look at most of the time and concentrate our focused attention on. But actually forget about the features at the moment and think about the overall shape of the skull and the neck. To get the overall form first of all. So if we start with a sphere, okay, for the really the back of the head, it'll become clear in a minute. Okay, so we've got our sphere. Now if we bring a kind of a line off that, an angle like this, and then we want to create the jaw coming off this. Okay, so this is the back of the skull, and then if we put in a curved line here, okay, so we've got more of a teardrop shape there. This is basically the line of the jaw. Okay, we just put the chin in there. Okay, and you can see very quickly we've got kind of more of a recognisable skull shape now. Okay, what we can also do is we can actually kind of literally chop off the sides of this sphere now, or this side that's facing us, because you know actually the side of the skull is slightly flatter than it's not completely spherical. Okay, so now really it's a question of just thinking where the facial features are in relation to the skull now. So that we're on the brow line, which is about there. I think a common mistake is that the brow line and the forehead is actually quite a bit higher, quite a bit bigger in relation to the features than we think sometimes. Again, I think this is because this tendency to concentrate on the facial features and not what's round them. Okay, so we put in the brow line, we put in the bottom of the nose there. Okay, and then we can just think about where the mouth's going to go in relation to that. Okay, so we've got some basic just measurements really there. Okay, so what we can do now is we can think about the eye sockets. So again, just basic circular shapes, and that's a bit too far. I'll just bring that over a bit, make it look too cross-eyed. Okay, so we're thinking again, you know, in terms of really a skull, more of a skull shape, yeah. Okay, and then we can have the jaw coming up here, and then the back of the head curves outwards slightly, the back there. Okay, so again we can start to bring in a bit more definition, so just emphasising the edge of the brow there, and then the inward, the concave area where the eye socket is, out for the cheekbone, in towards the mouth, and down towards the jaw. So basic shape there. Just emphasise the brow a bit more now. Okay, so you can see quite quickly we've got more of a recognisable head. Now I'm forgetting about the neck here, so let us think about the neck now. Now the neck again, think about the spine, what we did with the spine earlier on. The spine comes down, connects up with the head through the neck. So again, just think of it in terms of a cylinder, will help you get it in the right place initially in relation to the head. Okay, so we've just done a basic cylinder there. Okay. What we can also start to do is bring in, again think about a light source top right, and bring in think about how the light would fall on the face. Again, if we try and mirror what's on the right here, so we've got the it's coming around the edge of the eye sockets here. Eye sockets in shadow, this side of the head in shadow, suggestion of the cheekbone there, down the side of the jawline. Okay, and then we can put the neck in shadow, and most of the neck in shadow. Okay, so giving it a bit of form there, the other eye socket in shadow as well. Bring in the shadow under the nose, okay, the mouth, start to think about the lips, bottom lip. Okay, so just suggestions of what's there. Okay, now obviously I'm working in biro, really so you're able to see it on the camera. I tried in pencil and it didn't show up on the camera. If you're drawing this in pencil, I would keep the lines lighter than mine. Okay, and then once you've got this skull shape and neck shape in place, you can then start to overlay the facial features over the top of this, so the eyes and the nose in more detail and the mouth, and then obviously hair. But what I wanted to emphasise was this, thinking about the skull, again the underlying anatomy before you start to focus on the features. Okay, so that's a good way to approach the head.